Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're taking a look at the Frenzy. The Frenzy is the only fully automatic pistol in the game and it's a lot of fun to play with. Before we get into it, if you enjoy the video, leave a like and subscribe for more content. Taking a quick look at the stats and some of the pros and cons, we can see that the Frenzy is a fully automatic pistol with a fire rate of 10 rounds a second. This fire rate is higher than any other pistol in the game and even higher than some primary weapons. It has decent damage. In fact, the damage is the same amount as the classics up until 20 meters and then it starts to drop off. And it has a magazine capacity of 13 rounds, meaning you can kill more than one enemy easily without having to reload. Being a pistol, using this gun you have higher mobility, giving you faster movement speed so you can get around the map faster and use this instead of a knife when swapping from your primary weapon. That is to say, this is an effective backup to your primary weapon. Now, as with any weapon in Valorant, there are some cons, and with the Frenzy you have quite a few. So first off, as you may have guessed, there are no one-tap kills. You will not kill any enemy with a headshot even if they are right in front of you and they have no armor. This is a big con and it will always take more than one shot to kill any enemy. Adding to that, while the damage is decent and the same as the classics, and I've listed it as a pro, it does drop off after only 20 meters. And it does drop off quite hard, so it's not a very good gun when you're trying to kill someone long range. Because it's fully automatic and it has a high fire rate of 10 rounds a second, you also do run out of ammo quite quick. So your magazine capacity of 13 rounds isn't really enough to realistically ace. You could get 2 or maybe 3 kills if you're lucky, but that's about it with this gun. Now a big reason for that is because, again, you need 2 shots minimum to kill any enemy. Adding to that, it has low wall penetration, making it harder to kill people behind walls or boxes. You also don't get a suppressor with this gun. It's not like the Ghost, so it's harder to be sneaky beaky and enemies will hear your shots from further away. This also means that the muzzle flash is there, and when shooting through smokes, enemies will know where the shots are coming from. Adding to that, the accuracy of this gun is quite low, and trying to kill people at a far distance will be very difficult compared to with a gun like the Ghost or the Sheriff. And as if that wasn't bad enough, it does get worse because the recoil is very high for this gun too. So if you are trying to kill an enemy at far ranges, it really is a lot more difficult even than if you had a classic. So moving on to the aim and movement, with this gun, generally you always want to aim for the head. This is because headshots do a lot more damage than body shots. 2 headshots within 20 meters will kill any enemy even if they are wearing full armor. So you always want to be aiming for the enemy's head or where the enemy's head might appear if they come round a corner or you yourself go round a corner and spot an enemy. This is known as crosshair placement. But you have to keep in mind that with the Frenzy being a fully automatic pistol, you have to control the recoil after the first shot. So straight away as you take the first headshot, you have to control the recoil by dragging your mouse down and to the side to ensure that every other shot hits the enemy. This is easier said than done, but with enough practice you will get good at it and you will be able to mow down your enemies one by one very quickly. Now, sidestepping is another very effective strategy to use, but with this gun it's not quite as effective as it is with most of the other pistols because there are no one-shot kills with this gun. There's no alt fire either to make sure that you shoot 3 rounds in one shot, so sidestepping is only really useful to quickly surprise your enemies or lay down a little bit of cover fire trying to get a headshot or 2 and then going back into cover. So with the Frenzy, it's more about providing cover fire or baiting the enemy and then going back into cover so that you don't die. You won't get too many kills like this unless you are lucky and you get 2 headshots. Apart from that, you could just jump out of cover quickly and spray your enemy down, especially if they are close enough to you and they didn't expect you to be there. Now to sidestep, from cover you want to strafe out into the open, fire 1 or 2 rounds and then strafe back into cover so that you are safe. This will help you stay alive and maybe get some kills or at least hold off a position longer than they would if you were not providing some cover fire and helping out your team. Now with the Frenzy, you generally want to position yourself within 20 meters of wherever the enemy is. This is because the further away they are, the less damage you will do past 20 meters and you will have a harder time landing your shots the further away they are. The Frenzy is all about getting close and personal with the enemy and spraying them down quickly. Now the best way to do this is to get close to your enemies by hiding behind cover and waiting for them to come in a spot where they will be close to you as soon as you peek or they pass you. Or you could play in a more sneaky beaky way by either camping and hiding, or going behind enemy lines, looking for the enemy and trying to get close to them before you take your shot. It's important not to let the enemy see you at any mid to long range distance, because they will have the upper hand and kill you much more easily than you will be able to kill them. But if you are kind of stuck and you do have to kill an enemy that is further away, or you just see a good opportunity but you need to take it now while they are still quite far away, then you need to know how to control the recoil. And with this gun you need to generally tap fire. You can do this by firing one round at a time, or two, depending on how far away the enemy is and whether you think both shots would land. Don't go for 3 or 4 round bursts if the enemy is too far away, because a lot of them just won't hit and you will have to wait for the recoil to reset before taking another burst shot. So aim for the head and take your time when tap firing. Now remember, you don't have to reload after every kill. The Frenzy has 13 rounds in every magazine, and that is more than enough to kill 2 enemies without having to reload. Only reload if you feel like it's safe or like you really have to. Now the Frenzy can be a very effective backup to your primary weapon. Remember, swapping to your Frenzy can save your life. It's faster to swap than to reload your primary weapon, and it can save your life especially if an enemy is very close to you and you are using a gun like the Operator. That's all for this video guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one.